Big postseason soccer games in Iowa as squads try to survive and advance through the region semifinals. The Bishop Heelan Crusader girls, like the boys, favorites to make their way to the county complex in Des Moines. They take on Unity Christian at Memorial Field for their semifinal matchup. Now Heelan, they enter this game with a goal differential of +59 on the season. Pickup Crusaders up, for senior Lauren Peck finds space. 3, 2, 1, blast off as she rockets the ball in for the goal. That makes it 5-0. Few minutes later, here's Jada Newberg. First, she's going to win this battle here with the defender. Then she centers the Traylon White, who just taps it on in for the goal to increase that Bishop Heelan lead once again. And Crusader keeper Lauren LaFleur, yeah, slow day at the office in this one for her. Near the end of the half, Peck sends the ball up to White, and watch White go on this run. She's going to head to the middle, splits two defenders, rifles, goal! And the Bishop Heelan Crusaders win this one 10-0. Class 1A region semifinal brings Western Christian to face off with Sioux Center. Wolfpack had a 3-2 lead in the first half, but the Warriors start battling back. Camille McCord fires one off to the left corner for the equalizer. That makes it 3-3. And tell you what, folks, McCord, she wasn't done there. Warriors making some noise in front of the net again, and after the save, McCord's right there. She boots it in. That's her second goal of the night, and it's 4-3 Warriors as the first half comes to a close. Second half now, Sioux Center's Trinae Garcia dribbling through traffic, takes her shot, and it's a clear one right into the net for the goal, and the Warriors were all business as they take home the 5-3 victory. Other region semifinal soccer action here. Spencer advances to the region final with a 10-0 shutout of Lamar's. And West Des Moines Valley tops Sioux City North 10-0. Urbandale takes down Sioux City East 5-0. And tell you what, folks, the Monarchs of Denison Schleswig, they were feeling royal tonight. They take down Spirit Lake 2-1.
Impressive.